My name is Davita Duncan, your host, and today I'm joined by Kishara and Gai. Thank you both for joining me today.
Good to be here.
Thank you. Today's episode is titled, So What Are We Doing Here? To get started, I want to figure out or learn how long each of you have been out here in Salt Lake City. So Kishara, let's start with you. Where are you? What city are you in? But then how long have you been out here?
I'm currently residing in Midvale. I've been out here for 9 months, just about.
Months? Okay, Nice. And where did you come from?
Atlanta.
ATL.
Okay,
Got it.
Yeah, 3 years for me, living in Ogden, Utah, so a little further north of Salt Lake from Cincinnati.
So let's just hop right into it. Are you dating right now?
No bueno, no.
Okay. No. What about you, guys?
I'm seeing someone right now.
You're seeing someone. So, okay, this is perfect because what does that mean to be seeing someone? So there's so many different terms that are out here. Situationship. I got the definition. Let's just chill. This is according to Urban Dictionary, y'all. Have sex and be confused on the fact that we are not together, but have official emotions for each other, okay? We have dealing. I've heard that word. I've heard
Dealing?
Dealing.
Dealing with somebody?
We dealing, yeah.
That sounds like a...
We chilling, we kicking it, we vibing. I'm just trying to understand, like, what does this mean? And, like, what is seeing? Can you, like, better define
well,
that?
I don't know universally, but for me, it's like, if I'm seeing someone, you at a more involved level than just dating.
Okay, so what does involve? So involved means...
You're further along the process, if you will. So
okay.
for
So are
me, if
y'all
I'm
official?
dating, sure, yes. So if we're dating, it's like I just met somebody and we going out, right? And we just kind of figuring it out. If you see it, to me, if you're seeing somebody, you're further along. You know what I'm saying?
So is she your girlfriend? Do you claim her
In public?
Yeah, on social media.
I don't do the social media thing ever.
But
as
do
far
you
as
claim her
relationships.
like?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm curious for you out here, how have you been navigating the dating world? So you kind of got something going on. You rocking steady. You said no bueno. But like, what is the tempo of what you're doing right now?
I just feel like the people I've came in contact with, they're just for shits and giggles, and they just want to have fornication, and I'm trying to go the Christian route.
Not worldly.
Yes.
I'm with it. I'm with it. So, are you open to graduating in terms of these levels?
I am.
You are? Okay. So, you would be okay with, we're getting to know each other, we're dating. Would you like to be in the situationship and then the relationship, or you just want to bypass the BS and go straight to the relationship?
No. I don't want to bypass anything because that's where the crazy levels come into play. I would like to have a solid foundation as a friendship and then go further into that, seeing someone. But it's like the men I've came across, it's like they're still broken or they're still stuck on the next or the ex. And
the next or the ex.
Yes,
that is a good one.
I'm not trying to be in between. Either we gonna be solid and walk this straight road, or you just go your way and I do my own thing.
What has your experience been out here dating in Utah in the 9 months? You laugh.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a joke. I mean,
yeah.
I get hit on by white men, and I think I'm just a fetish for them. And I'm not attracted to white men, to be honest.
What do you mean by when you say you feel like you're being fetishized by them? How does that manifest? Like, what are the things that they're saying to you that make you feel like you're being fetishized?
Have you ever been with a white man before?
Ladies, red flags. Keep going.
I would love to see what your curves taste like.
Yeah,
I mean, it is all the above. Yes.
And how are you coming in past with them?
Well, I'm on dating sites and I just read it and I just delete,
unmatch.
Yeah. Well, I don't match with them, but
So this is not bump, because I know the bump you got to match first.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's how Tinder is. So you have to match first, but like Hinge and BLK or Plenty of Fish, that's a joke right there, but still.
So how did you meet the person that you're in a relationship with?
Wow. So this goes way back. Several years ago we met.
Oh.
and it's been kind of, whatever it was for a long time. And just recently, she came out here to spend some time, and we've been, just trying it out, seeing if we can move forward.
That's good. So she moved out here for you?
No, she didn't move. She's visiting.
Oh, she's visiting.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Would you like her to move out here?
You're killing me.
We're getting personal.
Yeah, so she's ready to kind of go all the way. I am not. I honestly don't feel that she's the person I want to go all that way with.
Hold up.
Yes.
We haven't been dating for that whole time, right? So we've known each other for a number of years.
Okay.
And it's kind of increased in intensity over time, exponentially, until recently it's just kind of like, boop. So we're giving it a shot.
Okay.
And her and I have talked. I'm not telling you nothing I haven't told her.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, she sees it. Oh, shit.
Wrong person. Yeah.
Right. No. But, it's just trying to work through all of that stuff. The what are you doing is like kind of the big question for us. She kind of, I think she knows what she wants if you asked her.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if I'm speaking for her.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like just my interpretation. But sometimes it's like, do you really feel that way? Or is it just like some other emotion, right? 'Cause, sometimes I'm like, I don't think I've done anything to deserve this kind of intensity, which is a whole nother realm of psychology, right?
Exactly,
Like, so it's like, how much of this is one thing, how much it is another. And then my own emotions. Don't think that's really where I want to end the story.
So before you and her started dating or trying this relationship out, what was your dating experience like out here in Salt Lake or in Utah?
Yeah, so Utah has been, it's been fine. Like my dating experience here has been a little better actually than when I was back home in Cincinnati. More so just the interactions I have with people is better, just
in
all
what
around.
way?
People here are just more easygoing. I find it just more easy to vibe with folks here.
Yeah.
Whether it's native Utahns or folks that migrated all around, like I can just go up to somebody, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Oh, what's up? It's easy. Back home it was almost like everybody was kind of guarded.
The Midwest is different.
You had to break a wall
I'm from
first.
Michigan too, so like I'm from the same region, so I understand that.
Right. So that just human interaction is way better here.
Okay.
So that makes dating obviously easier.
But that might be different for you because you're from Georgia, Atlanta, where it's like Chocolate City in a way.
Yeah.
You just got black and brown people, and not just basic, but like excellence in Atlanta. So like you moving from Atlanta to here, what was that experience like from there coming here? Did you have high hopes? Were you like?
To be honest, I wasn't coming out here looking to fall in love with anybody. I came out here for self. I came out here to find myself, to know myself, and to love myself better than I did back home. So being out here, I have a peace of mind, and I fell in love with nature. So I've been doing more things for self. Back home, it was party this, party that,
living your best life.
Yeah. So, and then back home, BBLs are like it's like a thing, it's a trend, and I'm all natural, and that's what men are going for now. You like the BBLs? Be straight up.
I'm more of a athletic person.
So you like the athletic build. What sport is that? Which sport?
What sport? I didn't know it was defining the sport.
Come on.
She got to play volleyball. No, I don't know. It's no sport.
But different sports have different physiques. Like volleyball, them girls got booties.
So weird thing, speed skaters women speed skaters have probably the best bodies out of like anybody.
Really?
I don't know what it is.
That's great.
Whenever the Olympics roll around and the women's speed skaters, it's like, Jesus Christ, these women look outstanding.
Describe that though. Like,
what is?
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I don't want to make it weird. It's an attractive physique. But overall, no, that doesn't go into it, right? Like I'm a very fitness oriented person.
Okay.
So
you will go to the gym with your girl?
Oh, 100%.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
I still need my alone days so I can just get in there and crank. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't want no distractions, jokes and playing all the time, But 100%.
So Midvale, that's where you are. I've heard of Midvale. I don't think I've ever been to Midvale. Do you feel like it's a more diverse population? Because it's closer to Salt Lake.
For my kids' sake, yes.
Okay.
Because they have all different races there versus them going to somewhere in Ogden or Utah County. I mean, they will probably be looked at crazy and stuff. And I hear some of the rumors and stories as far as like, you know, black kids being bullied or whatever by the whites and stuff. So as far as raising two brown kids, black kids, whatever, I don't want them going through that.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah, I've heard some real tragic things about Davis County. So I think it's important to acknowledge that kids are very important in making sure that they feel safe. So let's kind of hang out in that area though. Like being a mom and navigating the dating world out here. Are you open to dating a man with children, or do you to kind of create the blended family? What's your preference there?
I prefer a man with kids because that's something I can't give a man who doesn't have kids, because I can't no longer have kids anymore. Okay. Unless they want to go the surrogate route, but that's my preference.
I want to kind of hang out with the idea going back. Let's circle back to this situationship, dealing, all of these different words, phrases that we use to identify relationships out here. Now, what I have found is that sometimes men and oftentimes women, they don't really want to completely define what their relationships are because they feel like it's a rotating door of black people in Utah. Like, let's just keep it real. I'm only going to be here for 3 years. I'm only going to be here for 5 years. Like, this is not my forever home. So because that, I just want something warm next to me in bed. You know what I mean? Like, we've all, you know, dealt with that in some capacity. But so I'm curious to know, like, do you think that that's been a hindrance to building something sustainable? It's because the level of transiency of black people being out here.
I wouldn't even say that. To me, Utah is a black man paradise, and I say that.
Girl, hold up. And why?
I say that because they could get anybody. All three of them could walk outside right now, and you might see a blonde head, you might see a Hispanic and a black chick run up to them because, I mean, it's not like they're bad looking. So it's like, to us, we're like, we don't really have no good pickings.
You feel like we're not desired in the same way?
Yeah,
black women?
We're not.
Huh.
Unless we're fetishized, yeah. But to answer your question, like with the person that I was dating, he was like, he wanted to see where it goes and stuff. And then it was like, oh, he hasn't really got over his divorce. And Utah's a big state, so he just want to explore his options. And I'm not trying to be with a broken man. Either you come here or you go somewhere else.
So you're just a little less willing to deal with the BS. Pretty much. And then what about you? Because so me and Guy have had a similar conversation in a different capacity. And you have said to me, Guy, well, you know, I came here for work. That was my goal, was to come here for work. And, you know, I ain't really trying to, that wasn't my emphasis, was to be in a relationship or to build a relationship here.
Right.
So does that still stand? I mean, obviously you're in a relationship now.
The situation has changed as far as my goals in Utah and what I'm doing. Okay. So initially I didn't know anything about the state. I didn't know nothing about anything, right? It was like, all right, this is a great work opportunity. Yeah. Let me just get that for a time and then work my way to something else, you know, of my choice. It's changed. You know, things are way better than I thought they would be moving out here. So, you know, I'm in the midst of kind of figuring out what's going to happen with that long term.
Will this be a forever place for you, do you think?
Probably
you
not
going back
forever.
You going back to Cincinnati?
No, I'll never go back to Cincinnati. Probably the Midwest ever, you know. Well, maybe the South or something, but the Midwest, I don't want to go back there. Yeah. You know, so, yeah, I don't know. Probably not forever home, but, you know, we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's kind of hard to predict right now.
Have you preferred dating black women out here? Like, what has been your overall preference?
I mean, my preference, I don't think changes by region, right? So I still prefer black women, women of color, right? Yeah. That's like, you know, the preferred.
Well, they're not the same. Women of color.
I know, yeah, but it's a close margin, right? You got black women, you got women of color. It's close for me as far as preference.
I'll let that slide.
So if you got some pigment on you,
you
know
good
what I'm saying?
with
It's like, all right,
a little so.
You're preferred, you know.
A little bit of melanin, okay.
I'm probably more, well, I don't know, because my impression is that a lot of black women because like you said about it's a black man's paradise, that I don't know what the impression is. So is it that, do you feel that most black men are more open to other cultures than women?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I thought so too. I just wanted to see
Yeah.
And it sounds like you have been more open.
Yeah, I'm definitely more open. That gets into a deeper conversation about other stuff. But yeah, I'm more open. I have a preference towards black women because that's a big part of my identity, and there's a historical precedence for like kind of creating that preference. So there's a lot of social stuff that kind of embedded into why I think any black man would have a preference for a black woman. But I'm not going to look at someone else and go, oh no, I can't. It's like, this is a great person. I'm not going to deny this connection because.
And let's be real, like we are in Utah, and like I think it would be a challenge for all of us if we didn't accept the fact that the percentages are what they are.
Right. It'd be impossible.
It'd be impossible.
And I'm not saying that, like, if a white person approached me, it's like, oh, no, get out my face.
What if he was Mormon, girl?
Oh, no, we definitely not doing that.
You're not converting for your man?
No. We're not praising Joseph Smith. Because there's only one person that I will praise and get down
do some
my
Moroni
knees.
in your life.
No.
What if it was a black male Mormon? We still wouldn't do it because the religion.
That's like somebody who is Muslim. I wouldn't convert.
What if they didn't ask you to convert?
Then that's totally different. But if they was to ask me to convert, because I know there's some women who convert to all different types of religion, but me, I'm not converting over.
Yeah.
What I believe in is what I believe in. If we can't agree on that, because religion and politics is two different things that you can't really talk about unless y'all are on the same understanding, and or somebody's liberal or conservative and they're okay with your beliefs and everything. But that right there, religion, it causes a lot of arguments within friends and relationships.
You need to be aligned.
Yes.
That's your preference, is to be aligned. So have you given Utah a time stamp of how long you want to be out here before you're just like, you know what? And I'm not saying that the main reason why you came out here, you said it was for growth, right? But within that, you're also interested in creating something long lasting. So are you kind of like, you know what, I'll just let something come to me, whatever that is? Or are you like, I've spent a couple years here and nothing has really come to fruition, and I think I just kind of want to explore my options elsewhere. Like, does Utah have a timestamp for you?
No, to be honest, I actually do like it here.
Okay.
It's very peaceful, quiet.
It is.
When I was in Vegas a couple of weeks ago, I heard police sirens. I don't hear that here.
You don't.
Right.
You don't.
So, being home, it was shootings every day, people getting robbed left and right, carjacking. You find homeless people everywhere. Here, you don't really see that.
You don't.
So, I really don't have a time. I work for the government, so I would like to go further with that. So wherever it takes me,
that's where you'll go. So what do you like about being in Utah? Because you've been here for a while.
Yeah, 3 years. I mean, pretty much everything Kishara said. I mean, it's quiet, it's peaceful.
You got my name right.
I try to pay attention. But I mean, it's peaceful. Nature is great.
Yeah.
And it's different, probably for most black people, right?
Yeah, it
is. Before I moved out here, all of my black friends were like, "You going to Utah? What? Why?" Like, it was just all this confusion, right? Everyone that was not black, mainly white folks, were like, "Oh, it's fantastic. You're gonna love it. Do you ski?" Like, they were so excited. And it was just this massive polarized view. So for us, I don't think we really knew. I had no idea, right? I didn't know nothing about Utah. So it's like, this is actually pretty great. But I like everything about it, with the exception of the demographics and just kind of the religion, and I'm not a religious person, and how it's so deeply entrenched in the politics. So the culture of the place is very off-putting. But outside of that, it's great.
I would say the same thing too. I moved out here. I didn't know anyone out here. And so when my mother and I drove out here and we got me all settled into the apartment, and I was just like, oh my gosh, she left. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm actually in a place where I know no one and I don't see a whole lot of people of color, Black people in general. So what is that going to look like? But I think it forced me to venture into spaces where maybe I would have not otherwise done. Like I was in the mountains. I found like different affinity groups that like I was able to connect with people and really kind of like find my tribe. Like I found y'all, you know what I mean?
Right.
First of all, so many people are going to be tuning into this series and going to be like, how did y'all find like the 5 Black people? All the Black people that
you got the whole 5%.
We got the whole 5% that's in Utah. I actually think it's like 2. It's something ridiculous. But
it's pretty small.
It's something crazy. But like I think it's so important because I don't know if it was the same experience for y'all, but before I moved out here, like I was Googling, I was on YouTube. I literally tried to search every avenue for information about what the Black experience was out here. And it just was so small. And I think hopefully like with this and hearing perspectives like your own, which are very different parts of the state as well, that people kind of feel like, okay, there's a space for me and there are going to be other people that look like me that live there. So what is one piece of advice you would give someone that is moving out here and that is looking for I don't know, any type of relationship? What's something that you would tell them?
Oh, wow. As far as relationships or just anything?
Yeah, relationships, yeah.
Probably the general thing is just keep an open mind. You know, be willing to appreciate different things and see it from a different perspective. Okay. You know, you're in a different environment, so you know, be open to that.
I'm with it. What about you?
I was gonna say the same thing. Like, be open-minded. Like, don't be closed off or the first person that comes to mind. Because the first person that I dated, he was a drug dealer.
Girl, stop. No names. We not reporting nobody.
No, we not. But if I would have like known that from the beginning, you know, I probably like, oh no, and stuff. But I mean, he was cool, whatever. But I had to cut it off because of what I do as a profession versus like what he doing. I'm not trying to get caught up.
You got a family, girl. You got too much to look at.
Yeah. But yeah, just don't be like so closed off. And everybody's not a good picture taker, so you can't go for pictures.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's so true.
What do you call it? Online dating is very deceptive.
Yeah.
It is. I think especially out here, like I kind of felt, and I was on the dating apps for a little period of time. And I think for every 5 swipes left, I would get 1 swipe right. You know what I mean? Like I was like, am I feeling it? Am I not? It can be so hit or miss. And I just think the nature of online dating out here can just be something that is tricky to navigate. But nonetheless, I want to thank you both for joining me for this episode.
Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
Yes. I will say that for people tuning in, it is okay to not have a defined status on a relationship as soon as you get out here. Feel the person out. See if you like them. See if y'all vibe. See if you enjoy each other's company. Right. And then, as with in any place, see where it goes. And don't be hanging out in these friend zones forever. Of course, figure out where it makes the most sense for that relationship to go, whether further or not. But it's okay to figure it out and figure it out together. So thanks for tuning in for this episode for Black and Dating in Salt Lake City. So what are we doing here? All right, thanks.